Okay, we're going to talk about updating the system. So some of you may have noticed that when you try to install something, you get an error message saying that a lock is held. You can't get the lock. So the reason for that is that because this is a desktop system that we installed to start with, the image, there are some automatic updates that are scheduled for us. So it's either that, one of the automatic updates, or you clicked on yes when it prompted you to update. So what we should do for these systems is we should turn off the automatic component, because we want to be in full control of what's going on. We don't want an automatic upgrade to break something. So normally on a desktop system I would just leave this on, but we're setting up a server, we want to deploy things on it. So we want to control all of this. So what we need to do is we need to turn off the things that are doing the automatic updating, and we also need to update manually. So as you can see here, I've already started it. Sorry, I started a bit late, but the video a bit late, but what I need to do is I need to update. If you remember, if I use apt update, what that does is it updates the repo cache. So it goes and looks at in my config for apt. So if we have a look at ls apt, oh sorry, etc apt. So there's a config file in there, there's the sources list, and all of these things that we see here, so ca.archive ubuntu, those are all in my sources list. So what it does is it goes and looks at everything that's in my sources list and in any of the directories if they're included, and it sees what it has to update. So what it's done here is it went and it looked through and it updated my repo cache. So the repo cache, it looks at all of the things that are in my config file, sources list, and the subdirectories, and it picks up all of the new things are in here. So it says it's finished reading them, and it says 225 packages can be upgraded. So this is why I told you not to accept the upgrade automatically, but we do still need to do that. So once I have done this, now I've updated my cache, and I've turned off the automatic updates. So what I can do now is I can go ahead and update all of those things. So I can update individual packages. I can use, as it says here, I can see what's upgradable. So sudo So these are all of the things that are upgradable, and some of them will be security updates. As I can see, there's this huge long list. There were 225 of them, as you can see. So since we're not all doing this together, and so now what I'm going to do is I know that my repository cache is upgraded with everything that's possible. And when it had a look and it told me that all of these are upgradable. Let's do a word count. It should be 225 of them, 226. So there's another line. Yeah, we should use apt-get. Remember I said you use apt-get for scripting. There we go. Anyway, it has slightly different syntax, so as you can see, demo fail. But we have 225-ish packages. That was told to us up here in when we did the first, is it my cache full? No, there we go, my buffer's not full. So as we can see, there are 225 packages to upgrade. And so that means all their dependencies and things. So what I want to do now is I want to upgrade those packages. I'm not going to be selective, I'm just going to sudo update all of them. So apt upgrade. So now what's going to happen is apt is going to go out to those repos, download everything. See, as you can see here, I'm going to use additional disk space. So it says, do you really want to do this? I say yes. And now I just have to wait for, it'll download everything that's necessary, and it'll be fast or slow depending. The nice thing is that this is on the Dawson network, which is attached to RISC. I'm running on my VM. It's attached to the RISC network, which is very fast. So there are a lot of advantages to us having our VMs at Dawson. So once I am finished this, all I have to do is reboot my system. So I run sudo system control reboot, and it should upgrade all those packages for me. So it's kind of important to do this. Once you have disabled the things that will do auto updates, you run apt update, and then you run apt upgrade, and then you reboot, and you should be good to go. And then you will do this periodically. So this is something that you want to have control over, because you don't want to have an automatic upgrade of a package then break some of your software that you're trying to run on the system. So that's why we do this. I'm not going to let this run because it's a bit boring to watch, but you can do it yourself. You can watch your own upgrades. So I'm going to stop this now, and there'll be some information in the description about the commands that I'm using.